Is that your dog?
Oh, those are the neighbor's dog.
Neighbor's dog? Wow,
Yeah.
he's a ferocious little one.
Yeah, a little feisty.
So your name is Hunter?
That's me.
Alright. And then you're going to Tamiami Trail, East Walgreens.
Walgreens, yeah.
Alright. So Hunter,
Yes.
do I have your permission to record our ride for my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Do you want to be on YouTube?
Sure, I'll be on YouTube.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I cannot drive minors. I didn't think you were a minor, but you know, I just gotta make sure.
Yeah.
Hey, and are you a famous person?
I'm not a famous person.
Because they named a boulevard after you, Hunter Boulevard.
I think it's so funny. I just moved into this house and it's off of Hunter Boulevard, and the guy has a dog named Coda, just like my dog. I have another dog at my mom's house named Coda.
Wow.
So.
It sounds to me like this is your place to be.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Right? So when did you move in?
I got here like last week.
Last week. Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I suppose. I mean.
I was living in Naples before, but I just moved out of my mom's house.
Oh, you moved out of your mom's?
Yeah.
Oh, that's worth a little celebration.
A little bit, yeah.
You miss her?
I always miss her. I moved in with my boyfriend and we are having...
That's a big step.
Yeah. I don't know. I love him.
Yeah.
He gives me the silent treatment when he's upset about things and he won't talk to me. And it kind of makes me mad.
Is that like happening right now?
Yeah, that's why I left. I'm just like, okay. Well,
you need some space.
Just like, I'll give you some time.
Well, I mean, talking about your feelings is sometimes difficult for men, right?
Yes.
And especially like if he did something wrong, to say I'm sorry, it's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, that's a good thing what you're doing. Give him some space.
Yeah.
Go shopping.
I was gonna go to the beach.
Oh, you were gonna go to the beach?
Yeah.
You should.
I was thinking about going to see the sunset. I brought my book and my journal so I can do some journaling.
But wait, that's not where we're going.
My friend's gonna let me borrow her car and she works at Walgreens.
Oh.
So then I'm not
awesome is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
She works till 10, so like I can borrow her car until she gets off of work and then she can drive me home because she lives over here.
Oh.
So it's gonna
That's a real friend.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, come and grab my car. You can do what you want.
She's like, just put gas in it. And then she's like, if you go anywhere sandy, vacuum the sand out. So.
There you go. Wow, that is nice. Hey, and so you just moved in with your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are having like plans to get married or not yet?
I've only been dating him for about like 6 months now.
Okay.
So it's like a newer thing.
All right. Well, 6 months is not nothing.
You know, it's not nothing. But it's just been a little bit, I don't know, it's been hectic. I want to like be more settled down before I like decide to marry somebody. I've never really had a boyfriend for a very long time. I haven't had a boyfriend since like my freshman year of high school, so it's kind of like a new thing to me. He's had like 25, 26 girlfriends, and I've only ever had one boyfriend, so I'm just like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's had a bunch of girlfriends, so...
But you know what? I'm not sure that is really helpful if you've had a lot of, like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. You know? Like,
I asked him, and he was like, I don't know, like 23 or 24, and I was just like, wow, I didn't know that.
Well, at least he knows what he wants.
Yeah.
Right? That he's not living with you.
I don't really necessarily, like, I love dating him, and I love him, and I love us, so I think we could get married potentially in the future, but... Potential.
There is potential in a relationship. There you go.
Yes.
I really like the way you just... Yeah.
Life's so crazy. I've just, like... It's also very short. I've lost a lot of friends in the last year. Like, a friend of mine just recently passed away, and now
I'm so sorry.
It's just what it is. It's just, like, young people dying so soon. It makes me, like, think about every relationship I have with people. Like, how short it could be. Like, how big of an impact someone can have if they're not there for that long. So it's, like... It's
so
crazy.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You've been going through a lot lately.
Yeah, my mom got me this book. I was going to go read it on the beach.
Uh-huh.
It's basically a way to grieve. It's a grief book, but it's like a better grief book. I don't know. I think it's meant for like younger audiences. It's called Fuck Death. So like.
What is it called?
Fuck Death.
Fuck
Death? A great book.
Can you show it to the camera?
This book. Great book if you're like. Honestly, I think it'd be I think it's good for younger people just because of the language in it.
Uh huh.
I don't know if older
like the
generations
title?
would. Yeah, it's got a lot of obscenities and profanity in it, but it definitely, like, I don't see profanity as a bad thing. I think profanity is something that exaggerates how somebody feels. It's more of an expressive word rather than a bad word, in my opinion. People say, like, fuck when they're angry or something's happening. Right. It's just, like, to exaggerate how they feel.
Right.
But they use words like that a lot in this book just so people can, like, it's like...
relate to it?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find this one part. It was like, I'll read it because it's a good part.
I like that.
Yeah. I gotta find
it. But so you already read the whole book, or?
I'm kind of like in the middle of it. The cool thing about this book is kind of you can skip through it depending on how you're feeling, because a lot of the time grief is different for every person that you talk to,
right? And
there's no like set rules for it, but they do tell you there's like 5 stages of grief and like what it means and who you're angry at. But I think I can sum it up if I can't find it. It was basically talking how like people say things that you don't know. It's like, here it says why do people say stupid things, you may ask? Well, the answer is quite simple. Because they honestly don't know what else to say. It's a horrible thing to look at a person who's just had something important ripped out of their lives, leaving a gaping hole, and telling them it's gonna be okay. It'd be like having someone slice your arm off with a Hondo sword, and you've got this bloody stump spraying blood like a garden hose, and people are coming up saying God must have needed that arm in heaven. And you wanna scream, fuck you, that was my fucking arm. This is what we do when we know we lose someone closest. We bake banana bread and we say stupid things. It's like a dance we've learned since childhood. And it goes over all the stupid things people say, but they don't know what to say because everybody's genuinely feeling the same kind of feelings.
Yeah.
And that's like the anger.
Yeah.
Or like, here, this is basically what it does. It gives you a breakdown of what it is. The 5 stages and what they actually mean. Denial, no fucking way. Anger, fuck this. Bargaining, let's make a fucking deal. Depression, leave me the fuck alone. And acceptance, embrace the suckage. So it just puts it in like
clear English.
Yeah, it basically makes you feel it's a good way of getting out your feelings when you're like, there's a workbook that goes with it, but like I've lost like 3 friends. My mom got me this book. She was like, I think this will help you. She's like, I've heard a lot of really good reviews about it, and since I've started reading it, it's definitely helped me a lot. Losing the most recent friend I lost, I think that like gave me a lot of acceptance for like losing my other friends, because I reconnect. Death brings you back to people you haven't talked to in a while, reconnecting and stuff. But like I reconnected with some people I haven't talked to in years, and they were acting how I was acting last year when I lost a friend last year. And I'm definitely taking it way better this year, but when I lost my friend last year, I threw myself into like a hole. I wasn't working, I wasn't eating, I wasn't taking care of myself, I was being sad, I was being mopey, I wasn't being very motivated. I was taking care of other people's problems instead of my own, to like bargain for the fact that I wasn't taking care of myself. It's like, well, if I do something for someone else, it makes me better, right? In a small sense, but you can't fill anybody else's cup unless yours is full, you know? So I was like,
you know, she says.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been through exactly what you've going through, and I think that the experience is what shapes you. But you have an amazing way of talking about it, you know that?
Yeah.
I really think so. You can put things to words that I don't hear a lot of people do it like that. And I also applaud your mom that she gave you the right book. I really like that you can say fuck that, and that you know, in a way, it's
feel like when you lose
exactly.
somebody,
It's
but
an
nobody
expression of
talks
feeling.
about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to be able just to feel free to use profanity in your expressions. Yeah, well, that is how I feel. I am maybe angry or sad or upset, and that word does fit that feeling the best. And that you have a whole book like that. That is good. Hey, and so are you gonna study psychology?
I thought about studying
sociology.
I've been in school in a while. I'm trying to get back into school. I kind of like didn't do the best in high school, and then like got out of high school, and I've kind of just been working different jobs.
Okay. You can do high school at night. Do an evening school. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got kicked out of high school because my mom actually put me in jail, and I got kicked out of school for it. It was a whole ordeal. I love my mother now. We're really close now. Anyways,
okay.
But
besides the point.
Yes, it was like I got kicked out of school, and I like only had like a credit and a half left to graduate. So my plan is to get my GED by the end of this year.
There you go.
And then something I'm super interested in is like glass blowing and like architecture.
Okay.
Things like that. Like I think it's cool and.
Oh, but I think you should work with people, though.
Like people working.
Art is nice, and architecture is also art in a way. Mm-hmm. But you're really expressive in the way you talk.
Yeah.
And the way you can put things clearly, how you describe things. I think you have a nick for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I would do something like psychology or sociology or something that has to do with people, mm-hmm. where you can help other people.
Yeah, I like to help other people. It's something I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Like when I'm down, like when I'm on the bottom, I typically start helping other people to try to make, because it's kind of like fake it till you make it. You know, like
mm-hmm.
if you help other people, you'll have to realize at some point that you need to help yourself.
Yeah. Now it starts with yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Something someone told me one time was like, you can't fill anybody else's cup if yours is empty. You should be giving people the overfill.
That's a good point. Yeah, that is a good one.
Like as long as your cup is like overfilling with like love, joy, abundance, care for yourself, like you can go ahead and give it all to anybody else. But if you think about it, if there's nothing in your cup, how are you going to help anybody else?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So hey, and so what kind of work do you do currently?
Oh, you job, don't want to? Well, I got a new job at this place like down the street from here where we're at actually, and then I was working there for about like a week and a half, and then they fired me because they told me I was on a probationary period and I wasn't allowed to call out of work. But I didn't call out of work. It was like I moved into this new place last Friday, stayed up really late organizing the place, and I had messaged my manager like early Saturday morning asking if it was okay if I stayed home to finish organizing some things, just because like I hadn't gotten it all done. I was like, it's totally not a problem if you need me to come in, like I can be there, no problem. I just asked. Right. It wasn't like I called out. It wasn't like I told them like, hey, I can't be here. It was more like, just curious if this is a possibility. She was like, yeah, we have the coverage, you're so good. And they called me like 2 days later and they were like, oh, you were on a probationary period, you weren't allowed to do that.
Oh, really?
We have to part our ways. And it was like this, it was this like half-assed phone call, and I was just kind of like, well, I guess I wasn't meant to work there. So I got my old job back. Now I'm working at the dry cleaners again.
Oh, okay.
Tide dry cleaners.
All right.
It's nothing exciting, but it's employment, so.
Yeah, but maybe after you got your high school diploma, maybe then look at some courses or studies.
Yeah, like schools and.
Maybe the college is not for you, like to go like full time, but you can do things in the evenings.
Yeah.
And that would like motivate you, like, you know.
I think I work really well with having a schedule, and I think since I've like haven't been in school for a very long time, it's hard for me to have a routine to get into things sometimes.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm in like I go to work in the afternoon and I don't know what to do with the rest of my day. So it's like I sleep in sometimes. I just got I literally lost this job on Monday and got my old job back Tuesday. So I worked there yesterday, and now I'm waiting for them to send me my next day in.
Jeez, your life is boiling as it is.
It's like
over boiling with activities.
I just need I hate working for money. I don't like how money is such a fundamental thing that I need, but it's like you have to have money. Yep. You don't need it, but it's definitely an asset or something.
You cannot do without. You have to have it. I mean, let's face it, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta work. That's just part of life. We have to work, whether we like it or not. The art is to find a nice job that you like, that it does not feel like work.
Yeah, you know? my older brother, he's a welder, and my mom wants him to move and go make more money somewhere else, but he said one day, he's like, I love waking up every morning to go to my job.
There you go. That's the art.
And so I'm like, okay, then keep doing that. My mom's like, well, he can be making so much more money. And I'm like, well, he makes enough money to get buy other things that help him out, and he enjoys the job, so why change it?
That's about being happy.
Yeah.
It's not about making more money. I think. And
I agree with that.
Yeah. And sometimes it takes a couple of jobs to find the job that you really like.
Yes.
Like sounds like you used to like sort of trying things out. But then again, I mean, you just moved in with your boyfriend, so your life is like, it's
just a bunch of things. Like everything happens so fast, and I forget until a bunch of things happen really quickly, and then it like kind of gets boring for a while, and you're like, why is it so slow? And then boom, 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 you have 10 things happening at the same time.
Right.
But it's like, if it's not going up and down, it's like still, and like I think of life as like a heartbeat. If it's like flat, you're dead, It has to go up and down, like a heart rate monitor.
Right.
Very visualized.
Did I give you my card already?
No, I would love your card.
Here.
What do you do on YouTube?
That's a channel. I just have conversations with people, like, well, with you.
Yeah.
And then I just publish it on YouTube.
Well,
if you don't like your video, then let me know, I'll take it down. And if you like it, then give me a like and subscribe.
I will definitely do that.
Yeah, great.
So like, how long have you been doing like Uber and YouTube?
So Uber like 2 years now, or something like that. And then the YouTube thing like started in January.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning as I go. Like, it's we got now like 800 subscribers. Which
That's cool. That's a lot of subscribers.
It's nice.
That's a lot for like really quickly.
Well, I mean, it's been like what now? Half a year?
Yeah. It's June,
so,
half a year.
Yeah, it is growing.
800 subscribers in half a year is pretty impressive, I would have to say. I have like
you really think,
Yeah, YouTube's been around for so long. I remember being like 5 and YouTube first came out and there was no ads or anything, and like people building platforms on YouTube was like really cool to watch, and I think even now it's really cool to watch people build platforms. I feel like people get kind of worrisome in a sense when they make YouTube channels hoping it'll get big really fast, and something with our generation that I think is kind of crazy, how everything has to be so instantaneous.
Yeah,
with like text messages or conversations or like how something I think is so crazy. I was talking to my mom about it because she was born in the 70s, right? And I found out my friend died, but I was by myself when I found out my friend died because I found it out through social media. Wow. And my mom was just crying about that, and I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, well, I just hate how you're by yourself right now. And I was like, I'm with you. And she's like, but like you should be with your friends when you hear these kinds of things. She's like, when I was your age, she'd like, if something happened while we were at work, we would all just plan to meet up after work and somebody would drop the news while we were all together. But it wasn't something, you get a text somebody died and you just sit there and have to be sad about it by yourself. She was like, it was definitely always nice to be around. Like when one person knew, they typically couldn't text you that happened. You had to go see that person, or they would get a group of people together so they weren't by themselves.
Yeah.
And everything's so instantaneous, you find out things like that, and
it's
everybody
true,
wants things to happen like that. So
especially things like that, right? Like death of someone that that's your friend, and to find out through social media, that is hard.
She was just like, your generation in this instantaneous thing has to stop. And I was telling her, I was like, that's just like advancement of technology and how people move quicker in different days, like 200 years ago was faster than 400 years ago. Here we are another year later, it'll be faster next year. So I was just taking the mindfulness to realize that I have the gratitude that things don't have to be so fast sometimes. So like 800, I was just appreciating how many followers you gained in a short amount of time, but I can't imagine what another half year is going to do. Your account could double or even triple, you know what I mean?
Wow, I can't even think of that. Wow. The funny thing is that it went so slow in the beginning that I thought, oh no, I'm going to stop doing this. This is just not worth it, and this and that. And then, but people kept telling me like, just keep doing it. Just be consistent with publishing. And then slowly it's starting to grow, and then but it's really lately that it's been growing faster, and it's so much fun to see.
Have you tried getting on like TikTok or anything?
Yeah, I tried that. It was not so successful.
I'm not really like, I'm pretty tech savvy, but I never figured out TikTok, and it's like my generation of stuff too, and I'm just like, don't know how to work this, but
TikTok
people
is all about like fast, and it has to be emotional, and it's exactly.
It's like people post those like 15-second movies, and you'll go through like 10 different emotions. And
yeah, exactly, 15 seconds, exactly, yeah.
And I think it's cool to show you, but it's also like I think it makes people think that they have to get over their feelings faster and feel things fast.
Yeah.
In a sense, like you got to move quickly for it to be happening. And I'm like, time heals all wounds, and practice makes perfect. It doesn't happen like that.
No, exactly. TikTok is too fast for me.
Yes.
I like conversations like this where we talk about things and think about things, and you know.
Yes.
And also like more serious conversations. I like a good laugh, and I like also joking around sometimes. But I'm a serious kind of guy.
Yeah, like, you know? Intuitive. My friend who passed away was very spiritual and
Oh, was he?
Yes. Like
what happened to him anyway?
He actually passed away from drowning. It was
Oh my god.
His 22nd birthday was yesterday. He would have been 22 yesterday.
So young.
And I think it's so crazy when good people, like really real people, they die young. It almost seems like they knew they were gonna die.
Right.
Like my friend made music, and I could show you some of his music. He's really talented. But he wrote a song called Foreverland, and I just thought it was so crazy because like it almost seemed like I didn't even know it was gonna happen.
Wow.
Oh, I was looking for my phone. I was just being slow for a second. But I want to show you some of his music. He wrote a song. Coincidentally, the friend of mine that died last year, the friend that died recently, he went with me to that kid's memorial last year.
Okay.
And he wrote a song, and he sent it to me, and he was like, I hope you can use this to like grieve. He's like, it's a song that I wrote for people who go to better places.
Can you play it?
Yeah. Here, I'll put it on here. The song is called Foreverland by Johnny Walker. He is from Southwest Florida. Grew up on Marco Island, and he recently passed away. But this song is called Foreverland. I'll put it up to the mic.
I froze up, couldn't move when they told me the news. My homie gone too soon, I thought it couldn't be true. A nice day turned blue and let the candles be flown. Cause everybody's stone cold till it's 1 a.m. Whoa. What's it take to travel back in time and do it again? And what's the God that needs an angel? Gotta do it, my friend. I should've called you out the blue. I wish I knew it would end, but you ain't coming back, so blues is what I'm doing instead. Ain't it funny how your feet keep you moving ahead? If God was human, I would aim and give him 2 in the head. If I was God, I'd bring you back when I was chewing the lead. But I ain't got it, you ain't here. I guess it's true that you're dead. I don't wanna wake up from this dream so I can shoot at the bed. Interrogate these pillowcases, what you do to my head. I beat the sheets until they bloody, and I'm bruising the threads. And set this fucking house ablaze, I guess I'm moving again. Watch the world go up in flames like I knew it was
very like
deep
and intuitive and everything. So like I think it's crazy hearing songs like this after he died. Yeah.
I really like that.
Perky was my friend that passed away last year.
If it's a party up in heaven, I'ma rally the troops. If God's
real,
tell him
I'm really sorry, but I got the next ride.
Understood.
So I have to get going.
Well, I will see this video on YouTube, and I will like and subscribe. I have your card. Oh, there's a button. I was like, how do I get out?
It was nice talking to you, Hunter.
What was your name?
Mark.
Mark, nice to meet you.
Nice
Enjoy your
meet
day.
You, Hunter. Okay.
I got my purse. Oh, my booty
That's
is
okay.
all sweaty.
It'll be dry by the next
Thank
time.
you.
All right.
Have a nice
Bye,
day.
sweetheart. Bye-bye.